Hey everybody, we have a statue here from one of the most popular fighting games of all time. This is Bison. Now let's go take a look at the review and see if you should get this dictator from Street Fighter. So this is the regular edition of Bison. There's a limited run of 500 pieces for this, and it is the standard Bison look with the red and the black cape. Now there was an exclusive version that was sold on Sideshow's website where it was the Player 2 model, and that one has even a lower edition number, but it was all black everywhere. So I thought the regular Bison looked nicer and it would match my other regular Street Fighter Pop Culture Shock statues, so I went along with this one. So the statue comes in a very colorful outer box. The styrofoam on the inside though isn't up to par as, let's say, some of Sideshow's products. The styrofoam is just kind of a generic kind that flakes all over the place, so you're gonna have to clean it up after you open it out of the box. And it also does come with a certificate of authenticity, which is signed by Jerry Macaluso, and it tells you what your edition number is, as well as on the bottom of the statue it tells you, and on the box. The first thing you'll notice when you look at this statue is that its sheer size and how big it is. He's got his left hand up in the air, about to clinch it, make it seem like he will rain wrath down on anybody who gets in his way. He just looks like an evil dictator that he is. He just looks amazing. The sculpt on this is phenomenal. I couldn't be more pleased with how this came out. Pop Culture Shock never seems to disappoint with these things, and it just looks amazing. Just look at his biceps. They're humongous. It seems like they're almost ripping right through the fabric, which is crazy cool. And if you can see here, it's like it shows that his abs are coming through and stuff. It just looks so sweet. And as you can see when I said it was about to rip through the fabric, this is the mixed media statue. So it does use polystone sculpting and fabric material over that. So there's quite a few things on the statue that can be switched around or interchanged. First of all, the hands can be switched out. It comes with 3 hands. It comes with this regular hand here, and it comes out easily with a magnet, and it sits right back in there. So you can switch it out to the purple, and then you can also switch it out to the cone. And what's really sweet about this cone is you can actually see the fully sculpted hand inside of there. So it is awesome. And if you get really close look-ups here, you can actually see the veins on the inside of the hand there, and it just looks amazing. One thing to be noted though about the hands are that the magnet is not super powerful like some of the other Pop Culture Shock statues that you might be used to. So like with this snow cone, you can see just little tips knock it around. So when I'm preferring to display these, I take the cone out and I usually put the purple in there. This doesn't fall out as easy and it's a bit lighter than the cone. This one the magnet just doesn't seem as strong. And that's one thing to be noted. Another thing that switch outs on this statue is the head. You get 2 different heads and they come out with magnets as well. Very easy to take out and they're very sturdy. So you just switch them like that. And then you've got the evil looking frown, and then you can switch back to the evil grin. Another thing that you can take off on this statue is the cape. So if you choose to display it with the cape, you can leave it like this. Or if you want to take the cape off, all you do is undo the little buttons here. They just slide right out, and you can take the whole cape off. Along with taking the cape off, you can actually take his whole shoulder pads off too. But I would not recommend taking them off just to experiment with the displaying ideas, because putting these babies back on is very difficult, and once you get them on, you're probably not going to want to go through the hassle again of re-putting them back in. So I choose to leave those on. Sometimes I'll take the cape off just for different displaying styles, depending where he's being displayed and who he's being displayed with. So the base is a flat black finish, and it matches all of the other Pop Culture Shock statues in this Street Fighter line. They all have these black finish bases. Mine did come with one little paint mishap, and that was down here on the base. It is very hard to see, but in certain lighting conditions you can see it. There is a little bit of white showing through here and here, but it is not that big of a deal. I rarely ever notice it, just in certain lighting conditions, but it is another thing to be noted. Sculpts on Bison's head look amazing on both of the switch outs. They look phenomenal. His facial expressions look really good. Like when he's opening his mouth like this and you can see his teeth, they look wet and it just looks awesome. His eyes are completely white and you can see all sorts of cool detail on his face. And that goes with the other face as well, since it is a nice switch out. This hand over here looks amazing. It's got the veins on the bottom, so if you have him displayed a bit higher, you can see that his fists are clenched and he's got a lot of aggression going through him. And his boots look amazing. They come out right here and you can just see the sculpt on them. It's just awesome. They're really shiny and smooth and clean. And on the back here, which you can't normally see, is the other parts of the boots. So all in all, this is a phenomenal statue from Pop Culture Shock Collectibles. But should you guys get it? I say yes. It's a really good price on eBay right now, $200 to $300. It's a great deal for a statue in 1/4 scale. If you're a Street Fighter fan, you gotta have this. But if you are new to statue collecting and you wanna get into a game you really love and you really love Street Fighter, go with this Bison or maybe the Guile, because they're quite cheap on eBay compared to the others. Let's say like Akuma or Ryu, $2,000 a piece. These are only $200. Great deals for their size. So if you're a fan of Street Fighter, you need to have this in your collection. And thanks a lot for watching my review, guys, of the Bison 1/4 scale mixed media statue from Pop Culture Shock Collectibles.